Shout out to my YouTube crew. What's up with y'all? I figure I go live for a minute while I get a few things together, man. If y'all don't mind me doing it like that. If y'all don't mind me doing it like that. But I was thinking a lot of times, see, I just straight get to talking about certain things. But and it may seem like it's with no direction. But that ain't the case. So how does the term go when people say, or a person has an axe to grind? I guess that would be sufficient with me and the goofy boy out of Uri, who we call the mistake by the lake, the goofy boy Jamil, the one that liked to call himself Gully, the one that we call the mistake by the lake. Do everybody know what the mistake by the lake is? I'm on wait for a few more people to come in. But as we just sit here and get it together, I want to know, do anybody know what the mistake by the lake is? Shout out to New York, shout out to Queens, shout out to the real men, not the goofy ones, right? See, sometimes these guys that's in this internet space with me, they get to talking and they build an audience. And I think sometimes they begin to feel like because they have an audience that what they have to say is, I don't want to say official, because, you know, some people listen to people that think they're being educational for entertainment. But my thing is this right here, before I even get all the way off into what I'm saying, right? My thing is this. Goofy TV, boy Jamil, he got 100-some thousand subscribers, right? So he got a bunch of subscribers. He get a few views, right? But when it comes to overall content and what people from different places in the country consume, right? I'm trying to figure out, does anybody consume their New York information from Goofy TV? Would I be wrong to say that that's a far stretch? And another thing I thought about before I go into a couple other things I want to talk about is, like, he's from Erie, Pennsylvania. They call that the mistake by the lake, right? What makes him a connoisseur or even a journalist of anything in New York City, other than him researching those things? I mean, it's not like he do a whole bunch of hands-on stuff there now. I'm going to admit this, not to him, but to you all. I was in prison whenever he was supposed to be doing his DVD thing, right? But once I started paying Jamil some attention, I just caught him in a whole bunch of different lies and exaggerations. Example, he said on one of the Philly guys' platforms that he had a drug conspiracy. When I looked the case up, it don't say nothing about no major drug conspiracy. And although I interjected the word major, we can extract the word major and say it don't say nothing about a drug conspiracy. What I'm getting at is that he will take the words and try to make the words sound more sophisticated or more criminal-like. He had a charge that was called corruption of minors and some other light little drug shit. When he used the word drug conspiracy, he's intelligent enough to know what he's doing. He's trying to make it synonymous with a conspiracy, like a kingpin charge, a CCE charge, a RICO charge. It was none of that. It was a corruption of minors charges, right? And then he had like one or two other goofy charges on there, and I stopped looking them up. Last night, while he was dissing me, I ain't even hear about him dissing me. I'm here about him dissing Preem, because I'm trying to figure out why does anybody in the state of New York cool with the Bama unless you believe like the Bama believe. He the same dude that said there's only two type of people in prison. Those that told and those that wish they told. That ain't cool to me. In the same live that he dissing Preem, right? He one of them guys that wish he could have had the type of influence that dudes like Preem had when they was coming up. He the kind of guy that wish that when he get Preem age, somebody will remember anything that he did. But if anyone remembers anything that Jamil did, it's going to be on YouTube. He will never be remembered for anything like Supreme McGriff. He will never be remembered for running something and having something going on in the 80s, and it lives on legendarily through folklore and rap music and street culture. Goofy TV would never be what Supreme is. And he tried to sit up there and sneak this and talk about, oh, he's in jail. He been in jail all this time. You got crack and murder associated with you. But then he get to praising Haitian Jack. I don't know what Haitian Jack did to him when he was over there sleeping in his house. But I got a video clip that I'm going to show one day. He was so enamored by Haitian Jack. He was over there touching his watch and stuff like that. But again, for my New York homies, I'm not even talking to New York in general because I don't want nobody to think I'm dissing New York. How does he get away with dissing a guy to the likes of Supreme? He was on this joint. Now, I know all my homies will say, yeah, I don't deal with that internet stuff. That's not for real dudes and this and that. That's a given. Y'all got that. I'm talking about for my homies from New York that is on the internet. I need y'all opinion on that. I don't know if Zip just don't want to give me no attention. Not that I need his attention, but I'm saying I want somebody to ask Zip. Zip, in my opinion, got all the right to talk about Prince, Preem, Queens. That's his backyard. How do Zip feel about, and I'm on some YouTube stuff right now. How does Zip feel about Goofy TV talk about Preem? He talking about, trust me, y'all, them guys from the 90s, them old kingpins, most of them is dumb as a bag of rocks. That's hating. They ain't got no pull. Ain't nobody gonna pull up on you about it. Goofy TV, you live on the 2200 block of Parade Street. Somebody will pull up on you stupid ass. You think they won't, but they will. You sitting there acting like your joint ain't 2213 Parade Street, like you ain't right up in there right now. Like I can knock on the door right now and say, hey, can I speak to Jamil? Ain't nobody gonna answer the door but you or your mother. You want attention so, man, so sad. Okay. Zip not gonna talk about that. He got pics and he is biased. You think so, Lamar? I think if like I don't go over there and bother him in his comments, right? But I really believe that if somebody went over there in the comments and addressed it, I think he would address it and answer it. Touching another man's watch is crazy. He caressed another. I'm y'all a video of it when I make a video about it, but I ain't feel like making a video about Goofy TV. I just figured that right now when I was cleaning up the office, getting ready to make another video, you know what I mean, that I would address it. But I noticed that when he speaks about me, aside from the tough talk that he has for me, because for anybody who don't know, he would never beat me up. I won't stand for it. But he was sitting in his mother's house with the smoke detector beeping for a whole hour, bro. Like, even if you don't have the decency to change the metal detector just because it's your mother's house, right? You don't have the decency to do it for your fake reputation that, you know, you want people to believe you this big balling dude, right? They live in this $64,000 house in Erie, Pennsylvania, the Mistake by the Lake, right? Flies all in the house in this live video. He set the phone down to grab a big old bottle of hot sauce. It's cracks and stuff all in the ceiling. Let me show y'all my ceiling so y'all know that I ain't sitting here. Let me show y'all my ceiling, okay? This my ceiling, okay? When he sit the phone down like this, it's cracks and all type of stuff in the ceiling. It look like the motel. All is yellow and dirty. The light switch filthy, right? like I'm showing y'all my joke. Like I ain't this my office and it still ain't filthy and dirty. Then he telling somebody he built his fortune there and talked about somebody else. So somebody tried to troll Hassan Campbell in the comments. I peeped that. I only want to tell y'all this to point out one thing. Somebody said Hassan Campbell drive a base model Mercedes Benz such and such and such. Gully laughed it off. He know better to address anybody that drive a Benz because then it's going to bring attention to the Benz that he drives. For those of y'all who don't know what kind of Benz he drives like a 2013 E, like my name Eon, not a S, a E, 350 Benz 2013 station wagon with Vogues on it. I mean, and he take a bunch of pictures beside it like either it's a vintage Benz or it's an up-to-date Benz, and it's neither nor. It's a soccer car, mom. I used to drive the same car when I used to travel up and down the road with units, for those who don't know. Goofy T's, PA, Hassan Campbell. Big up from Sweden. What's up, Sweden? What it do? Take care, big dog. All is well. He would beat you up. We ain't gonna talk about what never ever happened in life. But anyway, what is his issue with Supreme, and what is his issue with Real Guys? He went into a long ass colloquy about how was only two type of dudes in prison. So then somebody left a terrible comment talking about, I forgot the name of the person who told or cooperated, and then they got out of jail. The person gonna mention, and I consider it blasphemy. Shout out to my man SB. I pulled a t-shirt out. I ain't pulled this t-shirt out in a minute. But they said, man, they wish he would have told. Man, let me speak up for all the real men that's still alive. A bona fide real man ain't never gonna do that, huh? That's not gonna happen. But for him to read that comment, for Goofy TV to read the comment and act like that was something righteous or even agreeable to say, like, it make me wonder if he told on somebody before. Like, he went to the hospital to see a dying dude that had told on him. According to him, I don't believe nothing Jamil say. He don't even spell his name. He spell his name multiple different ways. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, he don't know that I know people in Erie. He's sitting on his YouTube, which is bigger than just me. He's sitting on his platform, sneak dissing Preem. He ain't even sneak dissing. He's straight up dissing them. Like he got a habit of dissing gangsters and men. Like he reminds me of somebody that, you know how people talk about police? I don't know if y'all know this, but when I was growing up, like a lot of thorough dudes looked at the police like dudes that was getting punked in school, and now they had a badge so they could get back. Gully remind me of, I'm not saying he's the police, but he remind me of people who deal with that type of syndrome, that type of complex, right? Whereas though he wasn't shit in school, he keep pretending like, and listen, I don't know how many people we got in here, but he keep pretending like he was big shit in the, growing up. He only a few months, like he only months older than me, right? I don't think he'll ever get in this conversation, but he never had a bird. So if he never had a bird, now I understand he in the Mistake by the Lake. That's what we're going to start calling Goofy TV, the Mistake by the Lake. I don't know if y'all know what lake I'm talking about. We talking about Lake Erie. The Mistake by the Lake, which is Erie, Pennsylvania, rose up at the southern shores of Lake Erie. And then it kind of like died down when Nelson Rockefeller and all those dudes and Carnegie and all those dudes had, industrial wars about the railroad and things like that. Erie, the economy and all the things that it did good began to dwindle from this. So people call Erie, where he is from, the Mistake by the Lake. Don't forget, it's the same goofy dude that can ride his bicycle to Buffalo, New York. You understand? He could ride his bicycle from his house to Buffalo, New York on a bike ride. He keep having people thinking that he's an East Coast guy. Technically, he's from a Midwest vibe, bro. That's the Mistake by the Lake. Even though that's in Pennsylvania, is way more identifiable with the Midwest than with the East Coast. What he say about Preem? I did a video on it. For real, you really got to watch him because he's such a girl that he do it in in spurts. Like 1 minute he say Preem should have told, then he say Preem ain't like that no more. Uh, then he say Preem mad at Bimmy and why he didn't do it. Then and then he's such a coward, right? This boy Jamil Ali Lindsay, he's such a coward. He had to work himself up to talk about a man. Like he didn't even know if he really wanted to go in to talk about Preem, so he said, Supreme is suing Hassan Campbell, right? Then he got to looking around like he ain't know what he wanted to say. Then he said, I don't know if a street dude can, sue somebody. Bruh, say what you trying to say. And you so ignorant. Let me get intelligent on you one time, Jamil. I ain't even gonna cuss you out right this minute. For you to insinuate that Supreme was doing something less than honorable was for you to show me, forget the YouTube people that you talking to, because evidently anybody that agree with you don't have no good sense about law. You gonna say that anything that Supreme do that's in civil court, you gonna try to indirectly create an innuendo of some sort to say that he was doing something wrong. Let me explain something to you, goofy TV. If it ain't criminal and he ain't sending nobody to jail, whether he did it or not, you ain't had no proof. You never bring no proof. Like I brought proof about you being on the 2200 block of Parade Street. Like I know where you got the car from in Cleveland, Ohio somewhere. Just like I know how much the house costs is $64,000. Just like I know it's only something like $38,000 of equity in it, Jamil. And then I seen you on your live, somebody said you live in your mama house and you wanted to sit up there like a cheerleader talking about, where do y'all get this from? Where do y'all get this? They might have got it from Zillow. They might have got it from retailer.com. They might have got it from anywhere that I got it from. You know that you and your mama and your family got that house in like 96. You know you ain't never bought a house. You won't even change the batteries in the smoke detector, homeboy. You won't even paint the dirty little pot that you cut the lights off and on with. You got cracks in the top of the house, the roof about to fall in. The ceiling fixture, the whole top of the ceiling texture look like Motel 6. We'll leave the light on for you, Jamil. Stop calling yourself Gully, bruh. That's the name of your channel. People only call you Gully because they don't know your real name. Your name is Jamil Lindsay, Jamil Ali Lindsay. And if a person just Google your name, Google Maps will take them straight to your front door. Now, keep playing with Prince and keep playing with Wayne and all them up. But I will come to your front door and just make a motherfucking spectacle and just embarrass you because I know you're going to send a nigga to jail. You tell too many times. You tell people too many times that you don't care if someone tells. I know you'll tell on me. I know you'll send me to jail. I don't care what you say about me. You bet not come to D.C. no more. And if I have it my way, you won't be able to go to no inner city part of New York again either without a COVID mask on. Now, when Preem called me today, I got a message from Preem this morning. I don't know if he heard what you said about you, but once he give me the okay to talk about what I want to talk about, I'm going to lash you for that. And I'm going to make sure everybody that's a New York guy that loves being a New York guy, that's proud of being a New York guy, and they got respect for a few fallen soldiers that in. Because see, you're goofy. I don't expect you to respect somebody like a Preem or Wayne Perry because you can never be in the presence of such. Bro, you flew all the way to the Dominican Republic, paid Haitian Jack goofy funny looking ass some money and then set up in there, and I'm not gonna sit here and take the opportunity to accuse you of anything less than heterosexual, but you was caressing that man watch. If you were supposed to be a D-boy in the 90s, an Audemars, a Rolex, or no other type of watch would impress me. You didn't even know what kind of watch he had on. You had never seen it, homeboy. Somebody challenged you, was you in your mother house? You said, well, where do y'all get that from? They might have got it from me because I looked it up and they got to know it was your mother house. So you sitting here, you talking about Preem. If it wasn't for, you talking about Hassan Campbell getting a check, want some money living from check to check. How you living, bruh? You living in your mama house. Then you talking about, I don't hear anyone. Do you hear anyone? No. All we hear is smoke detector. Deep, 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 deep for an hour. Gave me a headache. Now, I'm going to tell you when you can't do no live streaming in the house when your mama in there, that's when you walk up and down the street, you sit all out back. You don't got not one piece of property that belongs to Jamil Lindsay, homeboy. Anything that you got in that house you waiting for will, you probably don't even pay electricity or nothing in there. No grown man your age can afford to have 200 pair of shoes in his mother's house. I feel you. But for him to sit on his junk, like I wish I had the junk to show y'all like I be doing it when I'm bidding, but I'm really not bidding. I really just came in here and it was on my mind. I said, I don't feel like making no whole video about this guy. But for me to get a call this morning saying, you know, Preem want me to call a specific, you know, Preem want to holler at me. I know Preem want to holler at me about the circuit that I'm in. So, you know, he gonna do what he gonna do in New York. When he put up, when he sent his message or, you know, what his movement is about in DC, I'm honored that he want to do it through me for the homies that because a lot of DC, like y'all don't know it. It's been a big DC New York connection for a long time. Oh, my files just came, man. It's been a big DC New York connection for a long time. But Gully gonna say I'm lying. Who cares? I got a message from Preem. Y'all know if I say it, I mean it. But check this out. Gully couldn't get an interview from Preem. Gully can't get an interview from Prince. And now that he did Preem, he'll never get a Prince interview. Now, Jamil, how you was out here, how you was, what word do I want to use? How you was out here shamelessly all on Preem nuts. Then all of a sudden now you want to talk slick about Bimmy. You still won't get a Prince interview, Jamil. Step on him. That's what I intend to do. He don't have to pay no bill, bro. He a 50-year-old, 14-year-old, if you get what I'm saying. He got 100 pair of sneakers. He got lottos from the 80s. He got every pair of tennis shoes that he couldn't find a way to get when he was a youngin'. And the things that he was doing at 19 and 20 is what I was doing at 15 and 16. But Zip and Gully fell out. Zip got tired of him saying that people need to be in jail. Bruh, the first thing that made me pay attention to him was he kept saying somebody need to be in jail. I'm telling you, I think Gully will tell him somebody. Somebody said Gully beard is full of black red dye. Walekum salam, what's up? But, well, I'm rolling this, well, however it go, but for him to be playing with Prince, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I know y'all think I know some of y'all think I'm just saying this, but when I saw him playing with Prince, I mean, my bad. When I saw him playing with Preem, I ain't gonna say it was the same thing, but the same irritation I got when he was playing with Wayne came through me. I hate to see him sit up there in Erie, Pennsylvania. He don't report on no, Erie, Pennsylvania ain't got no big dope boys, ain't got no big gangsters, no big legends. Everything he report on come from outside of where he's at. Like he live in a cave. After he said what he said about his son, I don't put nothing past him. If you could talk about your son, like I got videos of him saying F his son. He will never talk to him again. But I don't understand how he sit in his mother's house. And even if we go with the lie that it ain't his mother's house, we all know that's his mother's house, right? Anybody that kid do know that's his mama's house on Parade Street, right? He switched up on Bimmy because Bimmy did interviews with niggas being deemed as the dirty sector of YouTube. So what do you think Bimmy's supposed to operate like his husband or something? I heard him say that you can't be doing stuff with anybody and every, bruh. Goofy TV, you ain't no, you is not nobody, bro. You can't even come to DC no more. None of my homies like you. Even the ones that you think that you cool with, you think they gonna cross me for you, Jamil? Like the homies my homies that you think is cool with you, they'd have been in prisons with me, Supermax joints. They'd have been on the streets with me. I'd have been sleeping in their cars. You think they mess with you more than they mess with me? You retarded, boy. Do anybody think anybody from DC mess with Jamil, Goofy TV, more than they mess with me? Do anybody think that? You know, Gully be down here, right? You know, he don't be down here no more. It's a no-fly zone for Goofy TV. If he come down here, he gonna come down here like it's a secret. You hear me? If he come through here, he gonna come through here like he on the run. He ain't gonna post up nowhere like the last time he came. He was on Rhode Island Avenue somewhere. He will never go nowhere like that. If he come through here, he gonna be like somebody on the Underground Railroad. On my mama. And I don't live in my mother's house. Yeah, man, he can't keep him like every time. He always want to act like he from New York or Philly, right? But check this out. He hate anybody that's sterile from any other places. Gully has a might not on his forehead. I was talking about that yesterday. How we gonna take him serious? But let me get to this other point that I forgot about. Somebody asked him about Preem and them being, he said something about hot goofy shit. He say, oh, Supreme, he talking about he gonna sue somebody. What about when the white folks call you a crack dealer or a murderer? Goofy TV, don't you interview crack dealers and murderers? Wasn't you damn near giving Haitian Jack mental and intellectual fellatio on camera? Wasn't you rubbing his watch? See, y'all lucky I ain't doing a two-phone thing like this because I ain't even really get to go in. But the more I'm thinking about it and the more I'm thinking about Preem sitting in Beaumont in a real penitentiary with multiple life sentences, right? And this Bama sitting out here pretending to be a gangster. He told somebody on his live yesterday, I made front page news. I put dudes on the news. I did that. I had the people, and I got a bunch of computer literate people that follow me. Like, contrary to popular belief, it ain't a bunch of dumb people that follow me. They Googled Goofy TV. The only thing that came up for anything violent or anything about a pistol was his son. Now, that's a regular person doing Google. I dig deep. Listen, when he was arguing with JoJo, he jumped out there, and I don't know why don't nobody fact check it. Evidently, don't nobody care, but I care about liars. Because you can't talk that tough talk to me. He said he was on front page news. Front page news where, Jamil? Somebody asked him that. I ain't saying he wasn't, but I'm a researcher. When I look up Sean Branch in D.C., boom, I see his shit on front page news. When I look up Corey Moore in Washington, D.C., I see his shit in the Washington Post. When I look up Wayne Perry, when I look up Anton White, when I look up Newton Street Crew, when I look up anybody, anybody that I talk about, same people he be sneak dish, same type of people that he sneak dish, their names are there when you Google them or you do a deep search. Why can't we find any news media research about Jamil Lindsay Sr.? The young one got 2 gun cases, gun busting cases. His son, the one he'll never speak to again. I got $1,000 for anybody that can find me a front page article about Jamil Lindsay or any real article out of a publication out of the state of Pennsylvania or any other state that he put somebody on the newspaper doing something gangster with a pistol. I got $1,000. Yeah, the proof is in the pudding. I said it right here. All you got to do, if you can find him on the front page of I wouldn't care if it was him. If you can find him on the front page of any publication out of the state of Pennsylvania for doing this, I got $1,000 for you. I want to see it because I think he lying. It's too, bro. His name, no matter how you spell it, even if you spell it Jameel or Jamil, whichever way you spell Jamil and Lindsay, and you can spell it any alternative way. His middle initial is A for Ali. Any way in which you look Jamil Lindsay up, Goofy TV, you will find nothing in the history of Google that says he did something gangster with a hammer and was on the front page of a paper. How could he even that's how you know the people that's sitting over there watching him? That's how you know they kids from West Virginia, somewhere like Jefferson County, somewhere in Missouri, not like St. Louis, but like St. Pete. You know what I mean? Somewhere from Virginia, not Alexandria, not Richmond, not Hagerstown. I mean, not Fredericksburg, but somewhere like Lee County or something. Because in my mind, I almost jumped through the screen and grabbed him by his neck when I heard him say, Supreme and those guys from, back in the day, those Kingpin guys, don't worry about them. Nothing is real with them. Nothing is real with them. They won't send nobody to your house. Gully, keep staying on parade. Bro, why you still on parade? If you make so much money on YouTube, right? And with your trifecta and with your little caps that you make and your other little goofy shit that you sell. Let me say this to you, Jamil. Let's say, for instance, your mother moved out. Like, I know your sister had moved to Georgia. I believe only reason I don't really bid off you, bruh, It's because your sister was married to one of my homies that's real live, a big boy. What you want people to believe that you are? Your sister was really married to that type of guy. And sometimes I wonder, and your brother wasn't nothing like him neither. Sometimes I wonder, did you see the dude that your sister was married to? Because you've been around him, you know exactly who I'm talking about. I wonder, do you make your big kingpin stories up after the guy that was married to your sister? Because contrary to popular belief, y'all, since I'm talking about gangsters and street dudes and legends, his sister was married to a guy from where I'm from that was one of the first guys that the government accused of being a kingpin. Can I get away with saying that? And you get it, and I don't need to go too much into it. I'm from Chester, Pennsylvania, and the only part of PA that was getting busy in the 80s and the 90s was Chester and Philly. There's one more junk I got too, though. Chester, Philly is one more that we used to go to. I can't think of it. Not about getting busy, but with some money there. I want to say York, but I ain't gonna challenge what you saying. You from Pennsylvania. These guys are men just like you. It's cool to get an interview, but you're not talking to God. I got you. You won't find his government name. It's under C1 number. Whose government name? What's up, Chocolate? Say, hey, E, what it do? I'm from Chester, Pennsylvania. All right, I got you. Yeah. Oh, somebody typed the York. I was kind of apprehensive to say York because when we went to York, we ain't had no problems with this. It was only this. But it was plenty money up there. We stopped through there on our way to Ohio, though. You obsessed with Billy TV? Oh, somebody ain't like it. You say, you know what I mean? I don't care what you say. I'm obsessed with I don't understand how he can represent urban culture. I don't understand how he can interview people like, a Sean Branch or, Ears to Christ. I don't understand how he can sit down with my homies like a Kurt Bone. But then after he done, he go up there and he sit in his mama house. And I believe it's his mama house. And he say, he did a video one time about 7 or 8 people talking about he should be in prison, he should be in prison, he'll be in prison. Oh, he went to the penitentiary, he deserved to go. And then he make these statements about there's only 2 type of people in jail, those that told and those who want to told. If you like Goofy TV and you got a problem with me, let me know it. I ain't got no problem with it. Who in here support Goofy TV? I don't even mind if you do. I just want to know. Because I see a lot of people talking about, oh, yeah, I want you to leave it alone. I will never leave it alone, bro. I will never leave it alone. At least on the internet, he ain't going to see me nowhere in person. I seen him saying on his platform, I beat that yellow nigga up, right? Hey, Goofy TV, your paperwork don't look nothing like mine, homeboy. Now, you can go and troll and do all the joking and playing. Your paperwork don't look nothing like mine, bro. You ain't never did nothing I did before, home. Stop lying. You don't even like dudes that got bodies, bro. Stop lying. And you wouldn't touch me, bro. You wouldn't look at me. Do anybody believe? Man, Jamil wouldn't look at me in person. Did y'all see the big dude from his neighborhood, from his town, that was going to put paws on him? He wouldn't even get all the way out of his car. He kept his foot in the car like it was a Fred Flintstone top. He was going to yabba dabba do down the street. Bruh, Jamil Lindsay is an arch coward. Like arch rivals. Back in D.C., my old time, you know, that nigga arch coward. He's an arch coward. Nobody, King Kong nor Pee Wee Herman, gonna be outside my house or outside my job demanding to fight me. And then he went and now he started learning. You know the dudes when you was young. I don't know how many of y'all told the pistols. Like I used to told a pistol when I was young. My little cousin and my little nephew, youngest that was under me, when I come in the house or something, I'd be around. We all kids. I might be 14, 15, 8, 12, 13. My little cousin Greg, 2 years younger than me. He was always 2 years behind me. You know, they might grab the pistol, put it all in the mirror. Woo, woo. He one of them dudes that got to size himself up to talk tough. So now he got a ready response when somebody come at him on some tough talk. Goofy TV, that is, right? Now he got a ready response to talking about, I bust something too. I bust my gun. I was on the paper. Listen, if Jamil was ever in a newspaper or had a case, he would plaster it all over his social media. Right or wrong, y'all? What's up, homie? I love your work, the homies, and keep up the good work. Last but not least, keep your foot on the Bozo TV and Crackhead Debate TV. Salute. I mean, and for real, you know, I'm gonna put a disclaimer out there about this because I don't really mean no disrespect to my niggas from Erie. But homeboy, y'all got a bunch of New York niggas and Detroit niggas running y'all town. Y'all town ain't about no gunplay. And the out-of-towners that can't survive in Philadelphia and the niggas that from Philadelphia or the whole area over there be on the run, Detroit, Toledo, they be in Erie. Man, Erie is a place where you go, like, when you want to get, you know, fat and retired, bruh. Ain't nothing happening, like, the little bit of shit that y'all got happening there, no disrespect to the youngins that's still in the street life. I don't want to condone it or condemn it. But homeboy, I looked up this, somebody look it up right now while I'm on here. I looked it up, man. Y'all had something like 19 murders, bruh. That place is like Walt Disney, bruh. Like you live in Hershey Park. How dare you even mention Preem name in a disrespectful way? You big lip, bump on your head, living in your mama house, won't fix the ceiling, won't fix the smoke detector. The light fixture dirty as I don't know what, like that joint been open like a jail. Wouldn't that joint, they say that joint, man, the house he lived in was built in 1921. You could Google it. You ain't painted the house since 1921. Boy, y'all still got the landline cord in there for the telephone, bruh. You do nothing for the property, bruh. You bring the property value down just living there, Jamil. You do nothing for the property. You don't even cut the grass. On Google Maps, we can see your car all on the sidewalk. Your car nice and shiny, but the grass ain't cut. The house look like trash. Now you set the phone down. Yesterday you let us see the roof. The roof is cracking. The roof is falling in. If it's your house now and you try to tell people, oh, it's not my mom's house. My mom don't live here. She probably said, you know what? I'm out of here. You don't want to fix this place up? I'm going to live with my daughter. I'm going to live here. You can live here. And you're going to live into the ceiling fall in. You're going to let the roof fall in. You ain't going to do nothing. You ain't going to upkeep the land or nothing because you don't care nothing about it. You don't own it. You don't own it. That's why you don't care. You don't own it. He got a landline, Joe. Look at it. Look at him when he sit over there by that old ass bookshelf. Benjamin Franklin was around Benjamin Franklin was around when he got the bookshelf. He got the big ass landlord socket right there. The house ain't been painted in 30 years. If you look at where you touch the thing to cut the light off and on, it's yellow. The walls are supposed to be white. It's yellow. It's beige. It's just as dirty as the blinds in that makeshift office he got in downtown Erie. The Mistake by the Lake. Bro, I'm from Washington, D.C. You don't compare to me in nothing. And talking about people's houses for what? Ain't you a gang member? No wonder y'all always in trouble, always starting problems. Hey, bro, backflip off a bridge. 164 views, 44 likes. Let's get the likes up. Shout out to my mom. Shout out to Chocolate. Hey, homeboy, you can't troll me when I'm right now. I'm just trying to get a hot boy like Lil Wayne and Juvenile. Your mother, what they call a morphodite. You know what that is? That means she got 2 reproductive organs. I ain't gonna say the rest of it. Just think about it. Use your imagination. If your mother has 2 reproductive organs, that means that she had you without mate. Bro, it's almost like the Immaculate Conception. You remember Erie got a tough rat car in the U.S. Somebody said that. I don't know too much about it, Finesse. What Gully say, Eon? He said a bunch of stuff. That's my hustle. What's your hustle? What you laughing at, Chocolate? His mom is his dad, too. I'm telling you, it's an immaculate conception, bro. Go get out of here. I don't want to talk to you, bro. You got the Holy Ghost. I don't want to talk to you, bro. You sitting over here talking about Eon, a hot boy. No, you were born of one parent. I don't know if it's a mother or father. The being has both reproductive organs. We're going to start calling you Immaculate Conception. What's his daddy? Erie weak as fuck. These punk ass niggas. Man, that nigga was born of Immaculate Conception, man. What be getting me when he talked about he's a shooter. I don't even, for real, I never used to get on him about the drug dealing because I got family in them little towns like that, like them little Midwestern type towns. I used to go to them little towns with a 62 or 8 for key and rock out like I had a whole bird. So in his mind, he probably could have been rocking out in Erie. But that's why I started challenging. I said, bro, you wasn't no brick slinger. You wasn't getting no weight. You ain't never seen a bird. If he seen a bird, he seen it in conjunction. He never seen no bird. He can't pull up. Like, I done pulled up around the way and showed off for my big homies when I finally got a connect. I done pulled up around the way and had 20 in the car. I done pulled up around the way and had 10 in the car. I done pulled up around the way and made a play with 8 in the car, round top. He don't have those stories. And if he had those stories, ladies and gentlemen, he would tell them. If he even knew another dude's story about brick flipping, he would tell those stories. Like Biggie Smalls, he would tell those stories about Arizona Ron, came back speaking Spanish, lavish. Come on, he would tell those stories like Biggie Smalls if he had them. He don't have them. He don't know how to get them. He don't know nobody that got 100 bricks. Haitian Jack wasn't getting 100 bricks. He paid money to go sleep in his house to interview him and caress his watch. Come on, you should see how he do it. I'm going to do a video on just that one part. Remember this. Please come and watch it. I'm going to do a video and break down just of him and Haitian Jack. He pat the seat beside him and say, come over here. Haitian Jack start talking some flash. I don't know when everybody else gets shot, they think it's me and this and that. He said, no, come over here. Sit right here. Sit right here. He sound like a chomo. Sit right here. Haitian Jack say, oh, the video on? He said, yeah, you didn't even know I was working. Sit down and make you looking real fly. What's this you got on your arm? What, that's like $1.50? Is that not what women do at a bar? Goofy TV? Bro, you don't even know how to be a man. You pretending to be a man. You think that when somebody troll you, you supposed to say, when I was busting my gun, don't nobody believe you, bro. You 50 years old, bro. You got motherfucking, you got the black shoe polish all in your beard with a silver lining. The fuck you trying to be romantic, bruh? You got parts in your eyebrow at 49 years old, bruh. You 50. You got a permanent knot on your head, bruh. You've been abused somewhere. There are no stories of nobody doing nothing like that to Supreme McGriff, bruh. There are no stories of none of that, Jamil. I don't want you to talk about Supreme no more. I don't want you to talk about Wayne Perry. No, I don't want you to talk about no more gangsters until you get out of that house on Parade Street with the big red metal on it and all the old used cars outside. Bro, that joint starting to look like Sanford and Son, where you live at. And then you got the nerve to sit the phone down while you on live talking about Supreme, a gangster, a man, a nigga that's in jail that ain't telling nobody, and you feel as though he should have told. You might as well say if you were Supreme, you would have told. You might as well say that, Goofy TV. So, for all my New York homies, I still want to know the whole purpose of what I'm talking about is, how does he get New York love? And he talk about every legendary nigga from anywhere. How? Now he can talk. So, he will talk about Anthony Jones next, right? He will go talk about Pistol Pete or somebody next. Talk about a nigga that's home, nigga. Talk about a nigga that's home. You Alpo loving, Dame Dash hating, big lip, big knot on your head, dirty blinds in your office, trifling ass roof in your house, disrespectful to your mother, don't take the trash out, don't cut grass, 200 pair of tennis shoes, living in your mama house, having ass nigga. Goofy ass nigga talking about you a bit, bruh. Bruh, I'm telling you, they need a good. You see how you need a GoFundMe to get the ceiling in that house fixed? If you ever played with me, Jamil, I give it all up. They'll need another GoFundMe for you, homeboy. They'll need a GoFundMe for your final resting place. On my mother. Now, you ain't never did it. You know I did it. You ain't never did it. You did it in a rap song. Then this goofy behind gonna sit on it tomorrow. I'm a published author, homeboy. You a published author because they had what they call print on demand and self-publishing now. Nobody wanted nothing you ever wrote and gave you a book deal. Nobody ever gave you an advance check. I got advance checks in prison, bruh. Ask Shannon Holmes. You supposed to know them? Ask Shannon Holmes. Ask Quan. Ask the people who you wanted to be like when you was in jail. Your pen game wasn't like that. Your pen game wasn't like that. That's why ain't nobody give you a book deal. I got a book deal from prison. You sit over there on your mother house on that dirty ass sofa under that dirty ass sitting talking about, check out I'm a published author. Nigga, I'm a published author. I got multiple books written. I got a publishing company. I had a book deal in prison, nigga. I was getting tens of thousands of dollars in prison, nigga. You ain't no hustler. I done it everywhere, from dominoes to homicide. You a published author. You a published author because you paid some money to print a book. How many books have you sold? I know you would never tell me because you don't know. I know you would never tell me because it's not impressive to you. But I bet you if we look up the rating of my book and the rating of your book, any of them, my worst book, your book ain't on no ratings near mine's on Amazon. You ain't nothing like me. Dude ask you, where am I? I'm over niggas. You over me in what type of way? You ain't never had no more money than me. You wasn't more gangster than me on the street. Right now, you live in your mama house. The ceiling falling apart. You got a motherfucking 2013 Benz E350 station wagon. Nigga, I got an A6 Audi. Nigga, I got a Tahoe truck that's bulletproof. And I got a Honda Accord that I used to have multiple bricks in. What is you? You is nothing like me, homeboy. You make knitted hats. You got a corruption of minor charges that you have never explained. And your biggest lick at 14 was for $8, you petty peasant, penny pinching motherfucker. And like I said, if you keep on just irritating me, I will pull up on Parade Street on my way to Ohio. I'm going to Ohio, bro. Only reason I ain't been there because niggas saying, don't do that, don't go up there, he gonna get you locked up there. I bet you'll get a nigga locked up now that you sitting up around saying there's only two type of peoples in prison. People who told and people who wish they told. No, there's only two type of bitch niggas in the world. Niggas like you and niggas that act like you. I ain't gonna never let nobody forget that shit you was talking about Preem, nigga. You bet not never want a Queens interview. You bet not never want a real New York interview. You bet not never forget what you said about Wayne Perry or Preem. You bet not never forget it. You keep on trying to dick ride Prince like you gonna get a Supreme Team interview. Bruh, you won't even talk to a third generation Supreme Team, nigga. You goofy ass nigga. You're not tough, little bro. Bro, ain't nobody responding to you. Hey, somebody get him out of here. Says I ain't tough. Somebody send him to PC. Let him go see all the tough niggas in PC. Somebody get him out here. The Southeast homie, get that nigga out of here for me, please. You got a life. That's why your shit blue. Get that nigga out of here. Send that nigga straight. Send that nigga straight to PC. And then, like my man another day, he ain't in here. My man another day said, man, E, go look at Gully. You ain't got to really get on Gully. Just let Gully talk. If you let a person talk long enough, they gonna tell you about themselves. I challenged him a week or two ago about him keep using the word penitentiary. Now, yeah, he went to the state system, but even in state prisons, for an example, in Virginia, it no longer exists, but there was Richmond Penitentiary. In Virginia right now, there's Red Onion. That's beyond penitentiary level. It's supermax level. I told y'all that every time he talks about prison, he says the penitentiary is synonymous with incarceration. It wouldn't matter if it was a PC Joan or penitentiary for real. He went to naming his prisons that he went in, Western, Dallas, and all these joints he was in, right? None of them was the Violent, Go Hard, Pennsylvania penitentiary type Jones. It was all the little boy Jones. And then as I start trolling them, lo and behold, all my Philly homies don't like him. All of them say he ain't do nothing but play basketball in jail. He don't even have no pictures of him doing nothing. Let's get the 100 likes, DC Black Gang. All right, Brick Squad. I heard Red Onion was vicious. Listen, about 12 people set themselves on fire. Inmates, as they call it. I call them convicts. But they said 12 inmates set themselves on fire in Red Onion to get out of there, bruh. What you think Gully would do to get out of there? These was hardcore gangsters that set themselves on fire. What you think Gully would do if he was in there? I'm telling you, I'm starting to think he might have told something before, bruh. He love rats. He love rats, bruh. He love rats. In Pennsylvania, the state jails are considered SCI. I know that. State correctional institutions, but some of them are on another security level than others. 192 views, 58 likes. Yeah. My stepson is in Red Onion right now. I feel for him, bro. He got to get out of there. I'm glad I never had to go there, but all my homies went there. They ended up sending me to this place called Sussex. Goofy TV wouldn't have survived there. I know one thing for sure. him talking about Prince, he shouldn't be able to go to New York or nothing no more. Like, I don't, what, like, for example, I did an interview with a guy, I'm not gonna mention his name or the name that he said, right? But I did an interview with an older homie of mine, right? And, you know, he said something about a New York legend. Within the next 5 days, the internet was filled with people responding. Now, I know right now, the New York circle of the internet is on Bimmy and Preem and the Supreme Team. And most of those guys are not paying Goofy TV any attention while this other content is festering and bubbling. But some of those guys that don't like me, watch me. I'm asking all you dudes that came to my throat about Chaz Williams, is Supreme not as reverend and held as high esteem as Chaz? Y'all gonna let Goofy TV make an hour video under the premise that he's talking about Bimmy, but he's dissing Supreme along the way. He's a dude that's not even in the paperwork, and he's challenging Supreme's word on paperwork. He not even the type of guy. Listen, let me tell y'all a prison story. Goofy TV is not even the type of guy that could walk down a prison tier. Not in the feds. Not where we been. I don't know about that old punk ass joint he was at. He couldn't walk down a tier and step to Supreme and say, hey, Slim, hey, yo, hey, whatever the fuck he say. Hey, let me see your paperwork. He will get, man, let me not get into that. He can't even ask Supreme for no paperwork, y'all. I've been in them joints. I know where Supreme at right now. I got homies right there where he at. I done talked to Supreme. I know what's up with Supreme. Gully TV couldn't ask Supreme for a fucking piece of paper, bro. If Supreme said to Prince, hey, nephew, that nigga ain't right. Do you think Prince gonna ask Preem for a piece of paper? Do you think Preem need to give Prince a piece of paper? Who the fuck is Gully? I got a homie. I got a couple homies. I got Tone. I got Marky. I got a couple dudes like that got influence in the jump. Do you think if they told me somebody wasn't right, yeah, I'm not gonna run to the public with it. But if you think if one of my homies that I know on law told me what the fuck happened to him, you think I'm gonna ask him for the paperwork? The paperwork is for the public. It's for the men. It's for the people who care. But between men of Prince and Preem, they family, they partners, they blase, he don't need no paperwork, huh? And I'm saying I'm getting down to the colloquial politics of life, huh? Some shit you can't understand, Jamil. Bruh, who the fuck gonna ask Preem for that paperwork, bruh? Stop fucking playing, man. He don't understand the part. Ain't nobody gonna ask Preem about that paperwork, bruh. And I ain't saying that he right or he wrong. I'm saying when you get to a certain level, that ain't gonna happen. Especially in the real world. Now, if Bimmy was locked up and he was in Beaumont, Preem word still gonna be Supreme, bro. I ain't even gonna sit there. I was trying to give y'all a scenario. Bimmy wouldn't be able to come out the compound there in Beaumont. He wouldn't be able to come out the hole. He wouldn't be able to come on the compound just because Preem said it. And if he did come on the compound, it might be a trick bag waiting for him. Just the way the shit go. So that's not me riding with it. I'm saying that the only way Bimmy could clear something if it wasn't true, let me hypothetically be devil's advocate. He had to go get all the paperwork to substantiate that none of the paperwork was true. None of the shit that he's talking about was true. Other than that, in that real inner city New York circle, Bimmy is done. Then that's not, I'm telling you how the politics work. But I'm still focused on how the hell Gully can play with a nigga like Supreme, bro. I don't know how many of y'all been in prison, but certain niggas, like how that boy Big X the Plug say, is levels to this shit. I'm telling y'all, Gully, a nigga like Gully, could never ask Supreme for the paperwork. He could never talk to Preem about it. Right down today, this very minute, he ain't built like or in position to say, send messages to, hey, Preem, we need the paperwork out here. Nobody gonna take Gully serious. Nobody. Bimmy don't hold no weight, Slim. I ain't saying he did, but I'm just saying. I'm trying to explain the way some of this falsehood that this boy Gully putting out there. And remember, for the whole last week, I was saying, that's New York shit. I ain't gonna get in their business. Now, Gully from Erie. I can get in New York business based on Gully always acting like he from New York. I got love for New York, but he always sneak this and now he sneak this supreme. And if it's not important for nobody else, everybody else want to get the views off Bimmy. Fuck Bimmy. I want everybody to know that this nigga Goofy TV is always disrespecting man. And I want the New York dudes to say I'm always disrespecting New York. I want y'all to know that I caught this nigga disrespecting man, and I don't care if he from New York or he from DC. Goofy TV can't mention a Kenneth McGriff name. Not in the realm of real shit. It don't work. It don't even make sense, bruh. You got a nigga that never been nowhere, never did nothing on a sophisticated level, bruh. Sitting on a couch on YouTube in his mama house with the ceiling falling down and the light fixture dirty with flies in the video. The flies in the video, I ain't making it up. Talking about Supreme, talking about how them niggas that went to jail, most of them niggas dumb as a box of rocks. Most of them niggas can't survive on no other level. Supreme survived on other levels, boy. Why you think the rappers talk about him? Why you think we got some of the Donald Goins movies, boy? You ain't never did that. You want to be a film producer. You want to be a person that's involved in film. Supreme came home, stopped everything he was doing, and did it and put movies out, put DMX and all type of people in it. You ain't never did that, Jamil. Same way you be sitting up there talking about Dame Dash. Dame Dash ain't never had an office where the white blinds look brown. I bet you Dame Dash, once he was successful, he never stayed in his mama house with a cracked ceiling and a dirty ass light switch. But it take a nigga like me to give you some time. I'm gonna give you some time, Jamil, and I'll beat you the fuck up. Yeah, and if you do so many push-ups and you so tough, let me say this while I'm live. You can reach out to Twin, SB, or Kurt Bone just so I don't do this to you, and I'll beat the brakes off you. I give you an opportunity. You think you done a bunch of push-ups, you can really fuck with me? Get Twin or SB to confirm that I won't put holes in your ass, and I'll beat the shit out you. Anywhere you want to meet between here and motherfucking Philadelphia. You ain't got to come to D.C. Nigga, I'll meet you on the other side of the mountains. I'll meet you in Philadelphia. You can't come to Philadelphia. I'll meet you in Chester. I'll meet you in Logan. And I'll beat the brakes off you. You ain't got no legs. You think all that push-up shit, bro, you're chinning. You can't fight. That's why you wouldn't fight Nussie. It ain't about how many push-ups you do. It's about what you know how to do in your heart. I know you scared, Goofy TV. I know you scared. Your mother yap too much. That's what I'm on here to do, talk. But listen, let me ask you this since I rap too much. What are you going to do about me talking too much? You don't even have to be here, homeboy. I'm here just to make everybody aware that Goofy TV is disrespecting Supreme from Queens. He ain't built like that to do it. He shouldn't be doing it. And where the fuck is all the New York hate when they disrespect the legends? If I say something wrong about a New York nigga, that should be like an avalanche. Where the fuck is all my New York homies at? I got him, champ. Get him. Yeah, he talk your shit. Yo, he always talking about being somebody up, beating somebody up. On that video, he was running around the car. He wasn't even running around the car. He never came from around the car, bro. Once I see you a coward, you always a coward. Now, he stopped responding to it differently. First, he kept saying, no, that was my friend. I didn't want to fight. Then he kept saying, I didn't want to shoot him. Goofy, bro, you ain't going to shoot nothing. I got 100 videos of you recorded talking about, you don't want no gun charge. You got too much to lose. Bro, you ain't going to bust nothing. You ain't never been known as a gun buster. You ain't never been known as a gun buster, Goofy TV. But I know one thing. See, you think you sweet, you think you safe and it's sweet up there in the, you know, because you living by the mistake, you living in a mistake by the lake. So you think you could talk about like a Wayne Perry or somebody, right? And not to instigate nothing, I don't know what you meant by Sean Branch keep hanging with rappers. What you wish you could hang with rappers, you big lip bump on your head ass nigga. But you playing with Supreme, you might get beat up in there about that. You at the mistake by the lake. That ain't too far. Now, it's far, far, far from New York City, but it ain't far from the state of New York. Remember, you could ride a bike to Buffalo. Buffalo, if I ain't mistaken, is in Erie County, New York, and you in Erie County, Pennsylvania. Y'all sisters anyway. That's not New York City. Just because you cool with niggas in New Rochelle and Rochester and Buffalo, that don't mean you could see. That's what you be doing, bro. You be getting it confused. You think because you cool with niggas in upstate New York that you could talk about New York City, nigga? You a bitch as far as a New York City nigga concerned, Jameer. They consider niggas like you bitches. Like, you the type of nigga to get slapped in jail, Jameer. A nigga would never slap me. Even a nigga that don't like me and don't respect me gonna punch me or stab me. You the type of nigga will slap. That's why you got bumps and knots on you. Because you the type of nigga that they leave those type of marks. When person say, oh, he left his mark, some person left their mark on you. That's why your head like that, bruh. I mean, even like I said, the marks that's left on me are holes from knife fights. You got motherfuckers that bust you on your head and bust your lip open. I bet you can't fight. That's not the heart of NYC. I know that's not the heart of NYC. I'm just making a point. He the type of nigga to come to your town, get cool with some niggas in your town, and then talk about other niggas in your town. Bruh, you gonna end up in the Roach Motel. Your junk, bruh, you should have never let me see your ceiling. Your ceiling trifling, Jamil. Your ceiling trifling. Now I understand why you think you living so good, because that is the norm to you. So when you go to a regular hotel, like a Holiday Inn or something, you think you in luxury. You think you in luxury. I wish we could see. Matter of fact, I'm going to try to see if I can find it. I'm going to try to find the layout of your house. I know your bathtub, old, ugly, and got a ring around it. Your house was built in 1921. You ain't invest no money in that house. I know the bathtub, old and ugly. And they seen rats in your house, you trifling nigga. I'm joning. Nah, I ain't joning. I may sound like I'm joning, but I'm telling the truth. Facts. I wouldn't play E neither. Who is this guy? He was someone at some point. He was someone at some point. Maybe in his town. Not in my mind, not in my world, not on a major scheme of things. This nigga from Erie, Pennsylvania. He from the Mistake by the Lake. How dare him talk about a Wayne Perry or Supreme? Like, the world has just gone crazy. I ain't tripping that he's doing it. I'm more interested in somebody's listening to it as if it's real knowledge. Most of my homies that seen it was like, bro, you seen this shit this dude talking about? Somebody say 1K to repair the ceiling. Bruh, my mother's ceiling would never, bruh. When I was hustling, I ain't even gonna go into that. Because I'll be perpetrating, because my family, the people who owned the property before me, they replace shit like windows, steps, awnings, toilets, tubs. So I would be sitting here lying to y'all to say that I had to do it. Thank God I'm fortunate enough that I never had to do it. I may have to do it in the future, but the properties that I was left, yes, I was left properties because I went to jail as a kid. They are in stellar condition. And if I lived in it, it would be better condition. I don't have to live in it because it's a source of revenue. You understand? If you got property, one thing people don't understand about property, whether you bought it or someone left it to you, if you take care of the property is one of those assets that can continue to take care of you. I don't want to sit here and act like I'm a realtor like him. I don't want to get the figure like I'm a real estate investor. No, but everybody knows, just like the people that be trolling me talking about this address connected to you, that address connected to you. You never see me there. Upstate New York is almost like upstate PA, especially on the side he on. Gully TV tries to have the swag of a real black man from the 70s. The 70s, I think he be trying to have swag from the late 80s and the 90s. Look at his jewelry. He had the nerve to talk about Hassan Campbell jewelry is fake. Let me tell y'all something about diamonds. And let me tell y'all something about jewelry. How could he know anything about jewelry, real jewelry, when he never had no super duper jewelry? He got all that Canal Street type shit. He got diamond clusters. He can't hold his jewelry up like this and you see rocks. He got diamond clusters, bruh. He got a Gucci link. That shit is like aluminum foil. That's why it sound like paper clips. He talking about, I don't even be wanting to wear all this shit. Because you scared you're going to get robbed somewhere. All that jewelry you got is one step away from costume jewelry. That's the type of shit to get you robbed. Gully a joke in NY. He should be wanted in NY from talking about Supreme like that. Matter of fact, I got a no-fly on him in DC. The no-fly on him in DC is for Wayne Perry. Now we're going to add Supreme name to that list. You can't talk about Supreme in DC neither. DC niggas fuck with Supreme. DC niggas fuck with Supreme. You can't talk about Supreme neither, goofy. Go talk about somebody from Erie. But you know if you go talk about somebody from Erie, they gonna be standing outside your house with gloves on. That shit sound like paper clips. I was waiting for you because people covering Bimmy don't know about the paperwork or being a CI. Yeah. He want to insert himself and challenge Supreme credibility. Come on, bro. If it wasn't for YouTube, you couldn't even mention Supreme nowhere and nobody would listen. Dudes is listening because Supreme been in jail so long. And most of the shit that people know about from the Supreme team, only older people know. Ain't nobody like me coming to you for no information about Supreme. Ain't nobody from Queens watching you. If it's a YouTube person that wants some real information about Preem, they watching whatever Prince doing. They watching that dude Glaze. They watching Hassan Campbell, even if he hating. I mean, I'm not saying that he hating. I'm saying I don't know enough about him. But even if they, because I seen somebody kept saying he was hating. Even if he was hating, and Zip from there. Who coming to you, Gully? Only thing you keep saying about Bimmy is that I knew him and I got upset with him because he was messing with other men. No homo to Bimmy. I'm just saying Gully said it like they kept doing. He was messing with anybody. Come on, bro. You act like a girl. Now I see why the dude Capone was calling you Girly TV. I call you Goofy TV because you be trying to act like you out of a Jay-Z video or you trying out for a paid in full role, bro. You a goofy. Don't know about you sitting in your mother house talking about how you built your fortune. How you built your fortune, bro. You're a clown. You got cracks in your ceiling, Holmes. Your ceiling about to fall in. Bro, if the health inspector come out that joint, bro, they might put you out the house. That joint might be a fire hazard. Something happen, that joint might fall apart. You be trapped in that joint. That joint was built in 1921 and you ain't put a lick of upkeep in it. You don't even cut the grass. You talking about I took y'all to the dentist with me because you could afford it. Why you ain't never show no video you cutting? Do you even own a lawnmower, Goofy TV? I bet y'all he don't even own a lawnmower, y'all. Saw that nigga a latchkey kid. True part about it, I was a latchkey kid growing up in real life. He was crying about on taxes this year. That's how you know he ain't been really getting no money. If he was really getting the type of money that he say like corporate business executive money, same, he could tell you all the supplements and trifecta. Why he can't tell you what a 1099 is? Who knows what a 1099 is? Why he can't tell you how to file 1099 if he always been a businessman? Why he can't tell you how to write off shit for your taxes so you don't owe and you write all your business expenses off? I thought you was so intelligent. I thought you was G-O-D, goofy. You G-O-O-F-Y, boy. You ain't G-O-D and nothing. Unless you spelling it G-U-A-R-D, like a point guard or a shooting guard. You ain't a guard at all. You a guard. And the way you be talking, you probably could be a prison guard. Not a guard, a guard. You should go be a prison guard since you want to keep saying everybody should be in prison. You should be a CO. You should be a turnkey. We got 81 likes though, man. I appreciate that, y'all. Cutting grass and some deodors is crazy. I bet you he don't cut the grass. Y'all be sure to touch the like button, folks, please. It don't bite. It don't cost nothing either. I appreciate that, y'all. He gets disrespectful when someone asks him what what's today's mathematics, fake 5%er. Man, he a goofy. I got videos of him when he had the red beard, like he was trying to act like he was from Philly. I thought he was Muslim. He an imposter, bruh. Start calling that nigga deep cover. Gully TV is a bozo. I don't know why he playing with me. He don't match up to me at all, bruh. He live in a 65, the house was cost $65,000. It's only $38,000 of equity in it. Bruh, that's a loss. That's a loss. That joint was built in 1921 and he ain't, bro, they don't even paint in that joint. They paint, he got somebody to paint around the light switch. Like, is that cool or not? He got somebody to paint around the light switch, man. The light switch is filthy. I'm gonna snap a picture of it. He contradicts himself all the time. I don't understand how anybody listen to that, bro. I listen to it just to see what he's going to say, goofy. So, he can stop playing. We need 25 more likes, that's right. He just be careful, homie. He strikes me as a 911 call. I ain't doing that for, I believe he'll call 911. Eon for mayor, fuck it, or ward council member. I ain't ready. I got a code switch too much for that. Somebody said, nah, you is. I just want to represent for the men. All my homies we left behind. Still struggling and fighting that situation. And I appreciate y'all, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man. I don't just do this all the time. I get some real content. But I had to, wake this up. Besides that, I fuck with Preem. That ain't a New York, DC thing. That's a man thing. I fuck with him and he a man. Somebody say big facts. I'm tired of Bowser. Oh, yeah. Hit the like button, please, and subscribe. Oh, that's him as I. That's why it's an H on your name. I can remember you like that, right? That's my New York man, right? He keep on playing. I'm going to find a way to ban him in Baltimore, too. I'm strong in Baltimore. What's good, homie? What it do, Slim? Yeah, I know it's an H on your name. I can remember you now. Yeah, are you familiar with Sousa? I don't know. No, I don't think so. I want you to play the conversation when Birdman said Getty let Beanie Siegel smack him while he had a blicky on him. I ain't know that. I'm watching him from time to time. I like his knitted hats. I'm a bald head nigga. I need something to cover my head from time to time when it get cold. I can dig that. I ain't knocking you for that. My man Twin got some of his caps. Like, my friends don't gotta feel like I feel. My friends won't cross me. Those my real friends. He just know them. They his associates. Those my homies. Those my friends. My friends ain't gonna let nothing happen to me. Do you watch SpongeBob? Why you wanna ask me something like that? Only time he got some views that I watched was Is the Christ on there. One of the good men. Shout out to Is. Every count life, man. I appreciate y'all rocking with me, though. Somebody said, what you smoking? What you think I'm smoking? I'm in D.C. No Limit versus Cash Money. I gotta go with Cash Money. Even though, for real, I started messing with Cash Money later. My man Black, welcome home to my man Black. He just came home. Black was on No Limit. He was on that TRU shit house, so I kind of got on No Limit first in jail. I was on No Limit like 98. I ain't really getting to mess with Cash Money to like, I was messing with No Limit like 97. I ain't started messing with Cash Money like 98, 99. I was in jail, so we was getting shit slow. He must want another permanent lump. I think he do, but he definitely got one. I want somebody to ask him where he get that lump at. But I'm asking you, if Giants blew it last night. That verse is going to be born. I don't think so. Salute to is the Christ. Man, I appreciate y'all tapping in, man. Ask Gully what make him think he can play with somebody that likes the Supreme, man. Follow me on Instagram, DC Blacks and Uptown Eon, EYONE. I'm riding with no limit for the verses. Okay, I'm going with Cash Money. How many warrants you got? Why would you ask me something like that on live? You smoking that Gilly the Kid pack. I'm gonna catch y'all in a minute. I'll be back, man. Much love, free to real.